me a second, folks. Having a little problem here. Bear with me. I'm going to have to reboot. I apologize. But I can't shrink the darn chat. Incredible. Now, one of the reasons I was a little bit late, I hope you all can hear me. I can't see you right now, so let me try to do something. I cannot shrink the darn chat. I'll be right back. I hope it'll let me do it. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? I can't see you. I can't, unfortunately, I can't see anything. So sit tight, please. So I'm having a technology problem that I cannot solve at this instant. But if you bear with me for a couple of minutes, I should have an answer. What happened, just so you know, the chat for some reason is taking up the whole screen and there is no option for me to shrink it that I can see. So bear with me. I'm waiting to hear back from someone, and I should hopefully be able to be normal in about a couple of minutes. So hang loose. I know you can't see the charts. Let me see if I stream, if you could tell me if you can see the charts. I can't, okay? Tell me if you can see the charts. Yes, okay. So listen, hang loose. I can't see what I normally see. All I can see is gigantic chat. But if I know that you all can see the charts, let me tell you what I was doing. I got here early because I noticed that there was pending home sales, okay? Pending home sales is one of the three in a trilogy of home sale reports. We don't trade pending home sales because it's not a very viable report. So I'm just rendering the video now very quickly. I was testing it. And let me show you what happened. So as long as, if you, for some reason, stop being able to hear me or can't see me, just type in and let me know. And I'm going to keep checking my email from my trade room support team to get back to me. They'll let me know how to fix the chat, and it should be hopefully in time to set up for the oil trade. So don't panic. These things happen. It's not the end of the world. It's not a family money trade. So all will be fine. So what I did was, just so you know, I was testing at the last second I got here, and I noticed that pending home sales was taking place. So I set up a bracket of 7, targets of 4 and 10, a stop of 10, and an entry 1 second before the report. Okay. Should have used, yeah, bracket of 7, targets of 4 and 10, an entry time of 9:59:59. Here's what happened in the test. So pending home sales, which is never a very valuable report to trade. And I'm not sure if the news showed up. Let's see if the news even showed up on investing.com. Can you all can hear me, so you can see. I'm moving the video because it's not moving for some reason, but so it went up and filled a 9-tick bracket or a 10-tick bracket would have been safe. What I'm finding on a lot of these small reports, that if you're going to trade gold, you can't use anything but a 10-tick bracket, or you can't make these trades work. With a 10-tick bracket, we would have gotten filled on the right side. The setup with a 7-tick bracket was not good. It would have failed. Okay. So pending home sales in general has not followed through to be a valuable trading report unless we change the setup. It's not a DMM. There is no DMM for the report. Okay. So don't worry about that. It's the only report that we have a DMM for is in home sales, is existing home sales. That's the only one. So we've got oil coming up. Now let me check my email and see if tech support got back to me. They're usually really, really fast. I got to get rid of this chat so I can see what I'm doing. So bear with me. I apologize. He's awesome. He got back to me already. And it doesn't work what he's telling me. That's the problem. It doesn't work. Let me tell him back. So bear with me. It's incredible sometimes when you have to go through technology. It can be very frustrating. And these people are great. He sent me a picture and it just doesn't fit the situation. I don't have the option that he's telling me I should have. So I'm not sure. I may not be able to solve this. I hope I can solve it in a little bit, but I don't know if I can solve it for this room. I can show you. Listen, let's give it another minute. He's going to answer me. Bear with me. These things happen. When Okay, can you hear me still? Let me make sure you can hear me. Okay. So oil, we still have 15 minutes. Let me see if he got back to me one more time. Oil had a very large, unexpected build last night. Very large, unexpected build. And it was very surprising. So what happened was oil went down. I don't know if you saw the video I sent out. I thought that we traded it really, really well. Thought that we traded it well. So YouTube folks, I want to apologize for being late. Having a little bit of a technology problem, so I apologize. You can watch now. You can watch now. I can't see anything in the room, unfortunately. So I'm waiting for some tech support help. Okay, let me try and send him a quick screenshot and maybe I can get this solved before the trade. He's yelling at me because I'm not helping him much, which is true. So bear with me. Sometimes life can be awfully frustrating. Awfully frustrating. But it is what it is, folks. You got to deal with it. You got to deal with it. Nothing I can do. Let me send him this email with the picture. And he's great because he's in another country, but he gets back to me really, really fast. Good people. Okay, so oil, our oil DMM, our oil DMM, let me show you that. I know you can see it. I believe you can see it. Let me bring it in. So if things were working, I was possibly interested in trading one contract, but with things not working properly. So oil's been hitting target ones. If you look at the DMM, Notice that it says T1 fill, T1 fill, T1 fill. Okay, so oil has gone from being quite reliable over the course of a couple of months. I mean, more than a couple of months. The latter part of the summer into the fall, oil definitely has gotten more reliable. Okay. Now, but then what's happened over the past 3 weeks is that it has gotten less reliable and it's only hitting target one. So when that happens, it's a problem. Okay. That is a problem. Now, I'm hoping you can hear me well because unfortunately, I have such serious technical problems this morning. I cannot hear my streaming headset for Financial Juice. So let me see. I don't know if he knows how to solve this problem because he didn't get back to me yet. So let me set up the oil trade. Let me show you how I would trade oil if I were going to trade it today. And I'm assuming that you can, I'll make sure you can see the charts. You should now be able to see the charts, okay? So I'm not going to do anything unless I hear back from tech support. So let me show you how I would set up a one contract trade on today's report. Now this is not a family money trade. Oil has very high risk. Now, this is just one of those days, folks, where nothing is working right. My microphone is not working properly. It will not let me record because of that. So bear with me. This is my last try. I'm hoping now you can hear me again. Okay, I'm wearing my headset. And let me make sure, I'll make sure you can see the charts again. I apologize for this frustrating trade room. Very frustrating. Dutchie, I can't. It'll take too long. One more time. The charts will not stream. Okay, you should be able to hear me. And now the charts will stream. Okay. I truly apologize. Sometimes things happen. Let me at least show you the trade, and I'm sure I'll be fine by later. So if I were going to trade one contract with oil, and the reason I might have been interested is because last night when we traded the Tuesday oil report, there was a gigantic build, 6 million barrels more than what was expected. They were expecting a drawdown. They were expecting oil to be used much more than available. So it was a complete surprise in what happened. And it caused the price to really work in our favor. And we were able to be very patient and wait for our largest target to get hit. It was a great trade. It was a great lesson in patience. It was not an easy trade because it was a lot of slippage in the beginning. So some people had difficult trades and they weren't able to get a profit. But fortunately, the majority had better fills and they were able to be patient and wait. It was like a perfect storm that worked properly, where you could use the news to wait for the expected movement in the index, and that's what happened. So sometimes when you have a large build or a large drawdown like we saw, then we will sometimes get follow through on this Wednesday report. It's anecdotal only, and it's trading this Wednesday report, even though it's had periods of working well, it's a high risk report because it does have a fair amount of instability and inconsistency. So I would look for one target of 9 ticks. And remember, the last 3 weeks has only hit one target, okay? It's only hit one target, target 1, and that's 7 ticks. Possibly I should just try for 7 ticks if I was going to follow the exact setup that's working. I mean, in all logic, that's really the right thing to do. I don't love risking 12 ticks, which is the stop, to make 7. But if we do this intelligently, that's what the report is telling us we should do. So that's the way I'm going to test it this morning. So our entry time is 10. And some people out there trade the report normally using 2 contracts, using the setups. And they've been doing, no one's been doing terribly with oil over the past 6 to 8 weeks. It's been working. But again, the last 3 weeks, the best you've been able to get is 1 target. And that's 7, theoretically 7 ticks, unless you've had a slightly bigger target. So my setup, very simply, is a bracket of 10, because that's what the report calls for. I'm just looking for 1 position, 7 ticks, because we're hitting target 1 regularly, and our target 1 is 7 ticks. The stop is 12 ticks. Stop is 12 ticks. Now I want to see, they're still expecting a drawdown on today's report. I would have thought maybe they might have changed it because of what happened yesterday, but they're still expecting a drawdown. So let's see if we get a follow through of the same type of information like we did last night. So stop of 12, 1 contract for 7 ticks. Entry time 10, 29, 58. It's a breakout trade. And when things are not working right, I don't trade live if things aren't proper. So normally I might have considered taking this trade because of the large drawdown, large build yesterday when they were expecting a drawdown. So let's see what happens. Let's check our time sync. Let me check my email one more time. No, he doesn't know, so I'm going to have to deal with him after the trade room. I'm guessing he's at a loss. I'm totally flummoxed, Wyatt. Wyatt just won't shrink the chat. It's amazing. Let's check our time sync by going to the website time.is. And I'm 0.3 seconds behind. So I'll see if I can get my dimension 4. So what I do is I pull up dimension 4, click the sync now button 4 or 5 times, and then I can go back to time.is to check that dimension 4 put me in sync. And it did. See, I was behind and now I'm exact. So you use dimension 4, which you can download from the file folder. You can download it from the file folder. At the top of your taskbar, trade room taskbar, dimension 4 is in there. So in 2 minutes, I know you can all see me. I know you can all hear me. I just can't see what I'm doing in the room. It's mind-boggling. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to wait for this trade. And see what happens. I don't want to stop streaming. I assume you can still see me. Let me know. Let me know if you can still see and still hear, just so I know, because I can't tell what's going on, unfortunately. And it looks to me, I can see it on YouTube, so we should be okay. We have 35 seconds. Let's see if what I was thinking is going to take place. What I'm thinking is oil is going to have a move in one direction. In one direction. And it's going to do it in 15 seconds. Or we're going to put our orders on the chart 2 seconds before the news, like we always do. It's always fast. So look at that. It went through. Here's what's really interesting. It went through my target, did not fill. Did not fill. There was also a large build. My idea was right, but the movement was lousy. The movement was lousy. Now, I can't see what anybody's typing. So I don't know what happened if you traded it live. I'm sorry, I can't see. So all I can do is show you the movement it did to me. It's in sim mode. Live can be quite different because of the speed of the move. So it's unfortunate. I cannot see a single thing. I can't see chat. I can't see anything. So I'm not going to know what happened to you until later. You'll have to tell me later. I can't. Maybe Chantal. Well, nope. I can't see what Chantal's typing either. Let me render the video. I'll show you what happened to me in test mode. Keep in mind, it's a test. Sometimes real live can be different. My idea was right in terms of the news, because if you look at the news, it was a huge build, almost exactly the same as last night. Huge build in crude oil inventories. It shot oil down, but you noticed that it went down and then it went up. And that's what possibly could have ruined the trade for some people. And I cannot see, unfortunately, I can't respond to your texts right now. So I'll have to do it later. Here's what happened in the test. So the thing you try to analyze when you're in simulation is whether the move was so fast, or can you tell what might have happened? I believe it would have filled short, and then it would have hurt you on the upside. Although here's the issue, that some people could have been lucky. Because if you look and see and watch what actually happened, if you used, it looked like it went 8 ticks. My target was 7. It's through the target to 89. So I can't see, but if someone used a 7 target and had no slippage, which is unlikely, they might have gotten lucky and had a positive trade. I think not. Okay, I may look like an idiot because I can't see what you're all typing. My analysis is that this was a losing trade. You'll correct me later or send me an email. Let me know what happened to you. There's certainly a possibility that you could have gotten lucky and maybe hit that first target. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think there was more of an opportunity for there to be a little bit. If there was only 1 or 2 ticks of slippage, you would have gotten caught in that pullback. Now, interestingly, a 15-tick stop would have kept you safe in that trade, possibly, depending where you got filled with slippage. But a 12-tick stop, maybe we need to increase the stop with crude a little bit as it's trading. You know, crude's making some serious high prices. It actually hit 80 on Monday, I believe. It pulled back. So crude, natural gas, very, very bullish pricing because of all of the problems with supply chain and just lots of issues creating commodity shortages. So I'm very sorry, folks. I'm going to stay in the room because I'm going to try and discuss with my room tech how to solve this problem. So I'm going to be sticking around here for a bit. I don't know if you want to stick around. I mean, I will get this solved. I hope he can solve it in a minute or two. So if you feel like sticking around, I'll talk to anyone who's here when I fix the chat. Otherwise, we have a late trade room tonight at 8:45. 3 events, interesting room. So I'll see everybody later if you don't want to stick around. But otherwise, obviously, I have to stick around and see if I can solve this problem. So if the room disappears, it'll come back if you just want to stay in it, because I may have to reboot and do some various things, but I'll be experimenting to get this solved. So I apologize for the chaos with the technology this morning. Sometimes it happens. It's pretty rare. Usually our trade rooms are trouble-free, but every now and then something happens. Okay, I'm going to try and solve this issue. So I'll talk to everybody in a little bit. I'm going to turn off my mic and I'll leave my charts on. How about that? You could watch oil for a little bit.